13% of global emissions.
Yeah, but if you could
now.
answer my question, if we spend $50 trillion to become carbon neutral in the United States of America by 2050, you're the Deputy Secretary of Energy. Give me your estimate of how much that is going to reduce world temperatures.
So first of all, it's a net cost. It's what benefits we're having from getting our act together and reducing all of those climate benefits. We're seeing.
Let me ask again. Maybe I'm not being clear. If we spent $50 trillion to become carbon neutral by 2050 in the United States of America, how much is that going to reduce world temperatures?
This is a global problem, so we need to reduce our emissions, and we need to do everything we can.
How much, if we do our part, is it going to reduce world temperatures?
So we're 13% of global emissions.
You don't know, do you? You don't know, do you?
You can do the math. We need to.
You don't know, do you, Mr. Secretary?
Senator John Kennedy delivers a masterclass in accountability during a fiery Senate hearing, exposing the shocking lack of answers from a top Biden energy official. When asked basic questions about the administration's $50 trillion plan to make America carbon neutral by 2050, like how much it will cost and what impact it will have on global temperatures, the witness dodges, stumbles, and fails to provide even the most basic estimates. Kennedy, sharp and relentless, tears through the political spin, demanding real answers for the American taxpayer. What follows is a stunning moment that reveals just how unprepared and out of touch this climate agenda truly is. Don't miss it. So seat back and let's dive right in.
Madam Chair, Mr. Secretary, thanks for being here. I want to tap your expertise for a moment. Give me your best estimate, just an estimate, I know, of how soon you think the United States of America will be carbon neutral.
So I think, according to the climate scientists around the world, and certainly the cutting-edge scientists that we need to rely on here in the U.S., we've got to get carbon neutral by 2050, and I'm very comfortable with that target, and I think that's the appropriate target.
By 2050.
Which is only 27 years. That is not a long time away.
And how much will that cost?
So the cost that I focus on even more is all the costs that are going to happen if we don't get our act together.
How much will it cost to get us carbon neutral?
It's going to cost trillions of dollars, and it'll cost tens of trillions of dollars if we don't get our act together.
How many trillions?
I don't have the estimate or the numbers in front of me. I've seen a variety of different estimates, but it's a large amount. Fundamentally transforming our energy economy is a big deal.
Tell me the estimates that you've seen.
I don't have those numbers right on hand.
So you're advocating that we become carbon neutral, but you don't know how much it's going to cost?
So there's an awful lot of estimates out there. It depends on technology improvement and other kinds of things.
You're the expert.
I know with
how much it's going to cost.
I know with the certainty of all the experts I've spoken about, it's cheaper to get our act together than it is to not get our act together on climate change.
Okay, then tell me the cost versus the cost that if we don't do it.
I think it's orders of magnitude different. If we don't get our act together, it's
you don't have a cost. You want us to get there, but you can't tell the American taxpayer how much it's going to cost? Is that your testimony?
It's going to save us money, and there's a lot of jobs.
Well, how do we know if you don't know how much it's going to cost?
I'd be happy to pull up the latest numbers that I've seen.
How about $50 trillion? Is that right?
It's going to cost trillions of dollars. There's no doubt about it.
Okay. If we spend trillions of dollars and we achieve, some of your colleagues estimate 50 trillion, and it disappoints me that you're not willing to give the estimates. I hope you're not telling me you have no idea how much it's going to cost. That creates a whole new host of problems. But if it costs $50 trillion, as some of your colleagues have testified, to become carbon neutral by 2050, and I'm all for carbon neutrality, by the way, how much is that going to lower world temperatures? Or how much is that going to reduce the increase in world temperatures?
So every country around the world needs to get its act together. Our emissions are about 13% of global emissions.
Yeah, but if you could answer my question, if we spend $50 trillion to become carbon neutral in the United States of America by 2050, you're the Deputy Secretary of Energy. Give me your estimate of how much that is going to reduce world temperatures.
So first of all, it's a net cost. It's what benefits we're having from getting our act together and reducing all of those climate benefits. We're seeing.
Let me ask again. Maybe I'm not being
country.
clear. If we spent $50 trillion to become carbon neutral by 2050 in the United States of America, How much is that going to reduce world temperatures?
This is a global problem, so we need to reduce our emissions, and we need to do everything we can.
How much,
to
if we do our
influence other
part, is it
countries.
going to reduce
So
world
we're
temperatures?
13% of global emissions.
You don't
right
know,
now.
do you? You don't know, do you?
You can do the math. We need to.
You don't know, do you, Mr. Secretary?
So we're 13% of
If
global
you know, why
emissions.
won't
If
you
we
tell
went-
me?
If we went to zero, that would be 13%.
You don't know, do you? You just want us to spend $50 trillion, and you don't have the slightest idea whether it's going to reduce world temperatures. Now, I'm all for carbon neutrality, but you're the Deputy Secretary of the Department of Energy, and you're advocating we spend trillions of dollars to seek carbon neutrality, and you can't, and this isn't your money or my money, it's taxpayer money, and you can't tell me how much it's going to lower world temperatures? Or you won't tell me? You know, but you won't?
In my heart of hearts, there is no way the world gets its act together on climate change unless the U.S. leads.
Tell me how much it's
The
going
US
to
needs to
reduce.
lead.
You can't tell me. Either that or you won't.
We're
And
13%,
that's
15%
that
roughly
the
of
President of
global
the
emissions.
United States needs. I've still got a few seconds. I got 22 seconds. I'm going to use them a different way. Mr. Secretary, shame on you for not answering my questions.
Senator John Kennedy didn't just win this exchange, he delivered a powerful reminder of why oversight and accountability matter more than ever. While the Biden administration pushed forward with a sweeping climate agenda that could cost taxpayers up to $50 trillion, their own officials can't answer the most basic questions about its effectiveness. No cost breakdown, no temperature impact, no clear answers, just vague promises and recycled talking points. But Kennedy came prepared. Calm, sharp, and relentless, he peeled back the layers of political spin and exposed the truth. The American people are being asked to foot the bill for a plan with no measurable outcomes. In just a few pointed questions, Kennedy made it clear that sound policy requires facts, not wishful thinking. His performance wasn't just a political moment, it was a civic lesson, a reminder that our leaders should serve the people, not confuse them, that taxpayer dollars should be spent wisely, not blindly, and that tough questions deserve real answers, especially when the stakes are this high. If Washington had more voices like Kennedy's, we'd have fewer bureaucrats hiding behind buzzwords and more public servants standing up for common sense. This hearing was more than a takedown. It was a wake-up call for every American who cares about transparency, fiscal responsibility, and the truth. Today's hearing wasn't just about climate policy, it was about leadership, honesty, and the right to ask, where's our money going? Senator Kennedy just exposed the uncomfortable truth again. And if we don't demand answers now, we'll be paying the price for decades to come. Subscribe for more explosive moments from Capitol Hill. Like the video if you believe in accountability. Share this with someone who still thinks politicians know what they're doing.